Hey guys, it's Nicole and welcome to my 35 and my 36 week update. I honestly can't believe we're at this point in my pregnancy. We're almost at that full term stage, which just blows my mind. So yeah, I really don't know how many more updates I'm gonna have for you guys. Like realistically, I could have like just 1 or 2, or I could have 3 or 4 or 5, I guess. Hopefully not, but we are definitely getting down to the grand finale, I guess. This week baby is still gaining weight, so about 28 grams a day, which is just crazy to think, and is taking up every last bit of my uterus, which I can definitely feel. Baby is measuring about 47 centimeters long from head to toe, or about as long as a large cos lettuce, and weighs nearly 2.7 kilos. The good news is by the end of this week your pregnancy will be full term and you could give birth any day. Babies between 37 weeks and 42 weeks are considered full term. Your baby will probably be in the head down position, but if not, your doctor or midwife may suggest turning your baby. As far as I am aware, baby is head down and has been for the last few weeks. I'm definitely feeling like I'm running out of space, although I haven't felt like I've grown a huge amount, which is good. I feel like I'm definitely growing, but not at a hugely rapid rate or anything like that. And I do feel like I may have dropped like a smidge, nothing dramatic. Like I still feel like I'm really carrying high, but I'm definitely getting more pressure in my pelvis, and I do feel like I have slightly a little bit more room up under my ribs. But yes, definitely getting lots of Braxton Hicks and period type pains, especially last weekend, to the point that even in one of the mornings, I can't remember whether it was a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning, I had I don't know if they were contractions. They were probably more of like tightenings, but they were painful, and I kind of did have to breathe through them a little bit, but there was nothing consistent about them, and they only sort of lasted maybe an hour or something like that. I didn't time them or anything like that because I was just lying in bed. And since then they have seemed to settled. I am taking my raspberry leaf tea tablets and my vitamin D still, but I haven't been taking them consistently because when I was in that 35 weeks I was getting a lot of cramping and a lot of Braxton Hicks and tightenings, and it was not long after I'd started taking the raspberry leaf tea, and so I wouldn't take it every day because I didn't want the baby to come yet. And I didn't want to have too many tightenings, so I've kind of not been taking it consistently every day, but I am still taking it, and definitely from 37 weeks I will be taking it every day. But where I am birthing, in the birth center, you can't go there unless you're 37 weeks, and I really didn't want the baby to come before that, so I just thought I would sort of ease off on it a little bit. You know, I know it's really normal for you to have like period cramping and stuff like that for weeks leading into things, but I just sort of wanted to make sure I was sort of edging on the side of caution, just because I didn't want things to be happening just yet. So I will definitely be getting more into that as soon as I hit the 37 week mark. I will be more comfortable with taking that consistently and doing more things to try and encourage labor to come on naturally if it wants to. I definitely notice that if I'm really active throughout the day, if I'm doing lots of housework or anything like that, I do start to get cramps and period pain and stuff like that. So I've been trying to do little bits at a time, and then rest in between. But you know, as I hit 37 weeks and stuff, I'll probably, you know, will just go about my day, and if I get pains, I get pains. I'll just sort of ignore them and just keep going with what I'm doing. Obviously if it's anything it will stick around and progress, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. I haven't had any like show or anything like that, which makes me think that the pains that I'm having are actually doing anything. So at this point, I think it's probably just my body maybe getting ready to think about doing something, but at this stage I don't think anything is actually happening. I have a midwife appointment at the end of this week's, at end of 36 weeks. So I'll be having just my routine blood test at 36 weeks, which just checks my full blood count, like my iron levels, and I'm assuming they'll probably check my vitamin D levels again since they were low last time. What else? Another thing I've noticed is that my ankles are really swollen. It is still ridiculously hot here at the moment. The end of summer, like summer is about to finish and it starts to go into autumn, but it has been like one of the driest and hottest Februaries on record for like I don't know how many years, and it's looking like March will be much the same. So it doesn't look like it's going to be getting any cooler anytime soon, which is kind of annoying. I would really like it to cool down a bit. But because of that heat, my ankles have been really swollen. It's pretty safe to say I have cankles. Sometimes it's so bad that like if you, you know, like I would say that it's pitting edema. So like if you press into it, it leaves like a mark. Which is like really gross. Like it just looks horrible. Yesterday I went and got a pedicure, which was like amazing because I can't reach down there obviously, and she gave me like a little bit of a massage. I kind of felt really sorry for her because I know that my feet aren't the most glamorous things in the world at the moment, but it did feel really nice to have like a bit of a massage and to get my nails painted. So I'm keeping an eye on that because I know obviously it can be a sign of blood pressure issues, but I've been feeling really well and I haven't really had other symptoms of high blood pressure. I've had the odd headache here and there, but it's definitely like if I haven't eaten or drunk enough that day, and normally like if I just drink water it takes care of it, or I go have a nap and it gets rid of it. And I get the occasional little visual disturbances, but again it's like if I come in from being outside in the sun into the dark and that sort of thing, so it's not like it's regular or it's happening every day. It'll just happen randomly for a few seconds and I'm like, okay, I'll keep an eye on it, and if it happens again then I'll call my midwife, and then yeah, it never happens again. So it's something that, you know, is in the back of my mind because I did have that one episode of high blood pressure, but since then I've had nothing and I honestly feel really good. So it's not something I'm too worried about, but yeah, it's on my radar. Baby's still moving a lot. Movements have changed, I would say. I've had a few days where the movements have been a little bit more quieter because I think baby was sort of more in an anterior position, so back at the front of the belly, so I wasn't feeling the movements as much. But I definitely am still feeling them. I'm still feeling hiccups a lot. Normally, you know, at least once a day, sometimes up to 3 or 4 times a day. Which is starting to get a little bit uncomfortable, I'm going to be honest, because baby is getting so big. Apart from that, I feel like my boobs are still growing, which is just ridiculous. Every time I look at myself in the mirror, I just honestly am like, seriously, have my boobs grown again? And obviously there's still no milk in there. I did get some colostrum out the other week. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in my last video because I can't remember when it was, but I don't know whether it was a few weeks ago now, but anyways, I have noticed that I do have a little bit of colostrum there. I haven't really tried like proper expressing or anything like that, but it's something that I'll probably think about doing from the 37-week mark, just so I've got a little bit in the freezer if I can. At the moment it's just like drops that are there. Again, I didn't want to go fiddling around too much, but from 37 weeks, you know, it's safe to be doing that. I met with my birth photographer last week as well, which was great. We kind of just went over things of what I would like her to do on the day. I'm pretty much happy for her to take photos of everything that happens, birth, you know, like everything. Obviously I'm not going to share those photos with the whole world, but I think it would be nice for me and, you know, Ryan and stuff to have those photos, and I will just be sharing the ones that are appropriate with family and friends and that sort of thing. So I'm really excited about that. She will be coming most likely to the house to take photos when I'm in early labor, because I do want to labor at home as long as possible. Unless of course things are happening quickly, in which she would just meet me at the hospital. She herself has small children, so she'll need to get them sorted out. So we're just gonna sort of play it by ear, how it goes and where she's going to meet me. But you know, I would like to stay at home as long as possible, and I think I don't anticipate things are going to happen overly quickly. So I think we will have plenty of time at home to take some pictures here as well. Because I think, you know, you're going to labor better in your own home environment than you will at hospital. The heartburn has definitely ramped up a gear. I don't know, I haven't really been able to link it to particular foods, but tomato, I guess, like if I've got something with like tomatoey base in it, like I had a pizza the other day, and because it had like tomato sauce base, or like pasta or anything like that's got like tomatoes in it, then I think that's the one thing I've noticed that will set it off. But apart from that, it seems to be quite random. I'm managing it fine though with the Tums tablets that I have, the chewable tablets, and just propping myself up with a pillow, because most of the time I do get it at night time. So, you know, like it is uncomfortable. I've had it a few times throughout the day and prior to eating, which was really annoying, but it's not completely terrible. I can definitely live with it. I feel sorry for people that have it like 24/7. That must be horrible. But yeah, it's not happening every day, but it's definitely happening more frequently than it has in the past. Apart from that though, like I said, I'm feeling really well. I'm doing acupuncture weekly from now on, and I started that at the 34-week mark. So I went 34, 35, 36 weeks, and I've got another appointment for bang on 37 weeks, and I'll probably just keep seeing him weekly. I guess from the 37-week mark he can start to use points and stuff that he would otherwise be avoiding during earlier pregnancy, to try and just help things along naturally. I've mentioned in previous videos that I wouldn't want to be medically induced, so I'm really happy to, you know, go up to the 42-week mark if that's what my baby wants to do. I've always sort of had in my head that this baby would stay in until April. I don't know why. I just thought, you know, I'm probably going to go over my due date, and I will probably go into April. But as things progress, I'm kind of thinking that maybe I won't, and maybe I will go closer to my due date, but we will just see, I guess. I'm definitely happy to do things naturally to try and progress things along, knowing full well that, you know, these things are only going to work if your body's ready for them to work, like being active and walking and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I definitely don't want to be doing anything like a medical induction, so having gel or my water's broken or anything like that, if I can avoid it, because, you know, just by doing that you increase your risk of other interventions, and I'm obviously trying to avoid as much intervention as possible. So that is where we're at. Next week I will be full term, which is crazy. So yeah, that's all I really had to update you guys on. Nothing terribly exciting has been happening. I will leave you guys a shot of my bump and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye! So this is my 36-week bump and I'm having a bit of a tightening at the moment. That's it from the side and from the other side. And from the front. I feel like it looks really big at the moment. And I don't know if you guys think it's dropped at all. It's really hard to tell. But I just feel more pressure down below. But yeah.